Passion can lead you to doing things that you love. Passion can be leading you to do things that makes you money or change your life. If passion is doing something that you love, but it's not going to bring you anywhere, then that passion is not sustainable. My passion is not really design or creative. It's actually people. Passion is actually a process. A constant process of learning, constant process of tweaking, failing, and constant process of winning, getting happy, and doing it all over again. So if your why is so deep inside that it's going to kill you if you don't achieve it, then your why is humongous, or your passion is humongous. Then your step towards it, you'll incrementally grow towards your passion. And the whole entire so-called passion is actually that journey towards that dream. Don't worry about whether you like it or don't like it. It's more important that you know where it will bring you. Carrying a good persona is more important than just money and cents all the time. Because I am living my passion right now. I'm seeing people, making people happy on a daily basis. How you craft yourself to one fine day you will achieve and become and have that passion on a daily basis. It's about finding a purpose why you want to live. Have I touched any people's life? It's not just about money, it's about cherishing things that we have.
So it's up to the kids to start being proactive and learning about money, not just relying on their parents.
Okay. Both ways. Through having your passion, you need to learn a lot of skills in order to move it forward. Are the people that I should be taking care of, are they well taken care of?
Welcome to Let's Learn by the Class After School, where we learn from people who have done more than us, who are actually happy and also fulfilled, and want to learn from them what are the winning life lessons and also pass it down to you so that we can benefit as well.
And today we have invited somebody who are very dear to both of us. Somebody who was an engineer, videographer, a brand specialist, and now he is a chef. And not gonna say that he right now already established a career and pretty successful on his own. This person, he worked based on passion, but interesting is he defined passion differently. So allow us to welcome Chef David Wong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's very interesting to put it. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the high five. Yeah.
Okay, put that in. Okay. Alright, so welcome to the show, Chef David Wong. So for people who don't know you yet, we know you very personally, of course, because you have done so much in our lives and also the life of a lot of other people. But for people who don't know you, why not you just tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you started and how did you get to where you are today? As you're not just a chef at your own cafe, Seichi's Cafe, which is very successful. At the same time, you're also a brand specialist, photographer, and also very talented in a lot of different places.
Okay. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show.
Sure.
Let's do a quick summary of who I am. Through my years, I would call myself a creative person, but I would say I'm a designer. I'm a creative person. I take photographs. I help people to do their brandings. I do a lot of stuff creatively. So, but the key word that I summarized down to today is I'm actually a people person.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I say that? Because everything that I do creates some sort of impact to someone. It evokes some sort of feelings from someone. You get some sort of relationship with someone. So that's why up to today, even from my design days to photography, to branding, to now I'm a chef. I own 2 restaurants. It's all people related business, and I think to summarize the whole entire realm of what I do, I'm a people person.
All right. So, you know, when it comes to a lot of things that you've been doing, and like what I said just now, you define passion very, very, very differently. From those youngsters, my young friend, they all thought, alright, I like cooking, so my passion is cooking, and I like to sing a song, and my passion is singing. But it seems like you define passion in a totally different realm. So can you just explain to us how would that be?
Okay. To me, passion can do 2 things. Passion can lead you to doing things that you love. Passion can be leading you to do things that makes you money or change your life. So if passion is doing something that you love, but it's not going to bring you anywhere, then that passion is not sustainable. So if you have a strength or passion in something, first think about, what can you do with that passion or that strength that will help sustain your life? So if not, then possibly you might need to put that passion on the sideline first. Do the things that you might not like to do to help you survive. Then after that, move back to the passion that you like.
So are you saying that like, especially people who are just starting out, young people, they even though they know what their passions are, they shouldn't follow their passions first if they don't make money for them and don't allow them to survive? So they should focus on the survival and also earning the income first before they pursue that passion that they might not monetize. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so that is not what I'm saying.
Okay.
So give you an example. You have a children. Since young, daughter A lah. So you have a daughter, and she seems to have a very good flair in music. She plays the piano, she does all the music stuff, and you know that after school she has two directions to go. 1, to pursue her passion. 2, to go out and do something that she probably has a little bit of interest in that can make her money. Passion that she is very good and strong at, so she can actually go into the music industry. Things that, if let's say she's has that passion, but she might not want to do that, she can go into something else that makes her money. Then later on say, hey, I've gotten enough corporate world understanding about how things works. Let's say I go into marketing, and I understand how to market myself as a musician or as a songwriter or as a composer. Then I say, hey, now I know how to market myself because I've learned the skills, the skills of the world to how to bring my talent out to the world. Then I can move back into my passion. So now, that, or you can go straight into your passion. So if you go straight into a passion, that defies what you said earlier on, which is saying that I'm against people that follow their passion. But if the first motion that I say is to follow their passion, to go into the music industry, straight away get the people to help them to grow into the business. So suddenly you have a business running with your passion. So it's kind of seamless. So but what I'm saying is, if you don't have that opportunity to, or the money or opportunity or the background or the people to help you to follow your passion, then you can actually go with the flow. Go with what survives you, go with what supports you and your family. Then as you gather more knowledge, more wealth into supporting your passion, then you can go into your passion again.
But like what you shared just now, one is they're just gonna go for something they're interested a little bit first so that they can get let's say money, then only they get into their passion, right? And second is straight up go into their passion when there's people supporting or when there's resources to allow them to start straight away. But as for yourself, which path had you actually went to?
For me, it's not so much passion. Remember earlier on I said my passion is actually into people, but my survival mode kicks my strength up. So my survival mode use my strength to advantage. So imagine I was a designer. So my survival mode actually uses my strength to do a lot more freelancing work apart from the current work scope that I have. I do a lot more different kind of design. So I actually go out and pick this job up, pick that job up, pick this job up, pick that job up. I might not like that because design work most of the time is not really a passion because you're designing something that people like. So creative, if I'm an artist, I draw something that I like, you buy, don't buy, I don't care. That's an artist. But as a designer, you are, by hook or by crook, you are actually creating something for people and not so much for yourself. So now I've slowly understood through the years that actually my passion is not really design or creative. It's actually people. So after the years that I've gone through dealing with people, I slowly understood that design work is just a byproduct. But my actual happiness or passion comes from seeing how the customers relate to the work that I've done, how happy they are, how grateful they are to have gotten this done, to how I connect them with certain things in life, and I think that sparks me up more. So that is the passion side. But for me, to survive early on, it's not so much passion. It's about using my strength to advantage. So using my strength to make money, using my strength to get connection. So you get people to refer to you if your work is good. So use your strength. So my strength is design because I need people to refer me. So if my strength is doing something, if let's say I want to do something that is not in my strength, when I do it to that one person, they say, your job is just so only. Do you think you'll get a referral? No. So when that happens, you're not using your strength to the best.
Okay.
So what I started off saying is, if you want to survive on using your strength.
The strength.
That's
first.
correct.
So, and how important do you think passion comes in when we talk about winning long term? Like, because you said after, like, let's say we go through the survival and we are stable, we are steady already about the survival part, and we are utilizing our strength. So how important do you think that we kick the passion in? Because some people might just go with their strength all the way until they retire and earning a lot of money, but you know they might not be happy. So what's your take on involving passion in life? How important that is?
Okay. Passion, I must say, if let's say a passion or a purpose is almost like drafting your vision. So what's your vision? Your vision is something that is far beyond reach.
Okay.
You should draft your vision to something that's far beyond reach, very far.
Okay.
So your vision could be going into the Aboriginal land of Malaysia and building schools for everyone. I imagine me building like 1,000 schools or something like that. So is it something that you can achieve very easily? No, right? No. But you can slowly build up to that. So if you have a passion that is very easily reached, then it's no longer a passion, because the passion is actually a process, a constant process of learning, constant process of tweaking, failing, and constant process of winning, getting happy, and doing it all over again. So that's your passion. So if you have a passion that is very far-fetched, very very wide and very big, then do you think the work you do is increasingly more or reducing?
Yes, you get tired and things like that.
So do you get tired, or
Yeah.
if you have a big passion, do you think your strength will drop?
No.
You'll keep going, right?
going, yeah.
You'll keep on going. So that's to some people it's a very big why.
Mm-hmm.
Your vision is a
Yep.
very big why. So why do you want to do that? Because there's a part of me that I want to do it because of so and so. So if your why is so deep inside that it's going to kill you if you don't achieve it, then your why is humongous, or your passion is humongous. Then your step towards it will incrementally grow towards your passion. But if let's say, oh, my passion is only my passion is just to go out and get a motorcycle, a 200cc motorcycle. I could easily, my next paycheck, I can actually put down a down payment to get my motorcycle. So I get my motorcycle. So what's my passion? What's my dream? I got my dream already. So what's next? So now you get what I mean by having a big dream and a big dream or big passion, as compared to a small dream and a small passion. So my take for it is have big dreams.
Have super big dreams.
Yes, and the whole entire so-called passion is actually that journey towards that dream.
So for you, passion is not something that like you love to do or things like that, but it's something that is a target or a goal that you want to make reality. Right, a vision that you want to make.
Not so. In everything that you do, even things that you don't like to do, you have to find ways to like it.
If it brings you nearer to what you set to achieve.
If it brings you nearer to your goal.
Okay, that's what you call passion.
Okay, yes. Of course, to a lot of people, passion is about things that you like.
Yeah, like you like that.
Okay.
Only that's your passion.
Correct.
Right?
So don't worry about whether you like it or don't like it. It's more important that you know where it will bring you.
Understood.
Okay. But your thoughts and also your mindset is so interesting that I would really like to know. Like just now you mentioned about the importance of the importance of survival, the mindset of knowing the importance for you to survive, then only it can keep you going. And then when it comes to passion, you have a totally different thought, and you talk about purpose, you talk about vision. So all this package of mindset, just curious whether does this mindset started immediately when you have got out of formal education, or put it another way, does formal education contributes to such mindset of yours right now?
Good question. I'll get to the other stories later. But how my life has crafted me to be who I am today is through hardship. I wouldn't say that I live a very terrible life. I'm really deprived of things. But what I mean by true hardship is at every stage of my life is a survival state. So how do I survive going through college? How do I survive going through school? How do I survive living locally? How do I survive living abroad? How do I travel? How do I make my life? How do I make meaning out of my life in every place that I go to? So it's survival all the way. So survival crafted me to become who I am today. Survival forces me to learn things that I'm not comfortable with. Survival forces me to do things that I'm not comfortable with. And I think the biggest takeaway is I do it happily. I give my best into doing every one of these work. So like for instance, I could be, I don't know, I get paid like $5 just to let's say take care, cut the grass. I might not like it, but I said no worries, I'll cut it, and I'll cut it to a point that you feel so glad that you have called me. The next time you probably want to call me to do something else. So I think carrying a good persona is more important than just money and cents all the time. So everything that you do good, you're probably a step further to having that person refer you to doing something greater. So that's how I live my life. So hardship is one of them. So I wouldn't say constantly put yourself in hardship, but somehow my life has brought me to those stages where I have a lot of hardship that crafted me to become who I am today.
And just now you were saying that there's another story that you would like to share with us. What's the story again?
Okay. So basically that story is, I mean, just now I summarized it.
Yes.
Basically, the story is about how my life has gotten to this stage, and why I have done so many different kind of jobs.
Yep.
As compared to a normal
Definitely
human being.
Yeah.
So keep it simple. Of course, I had a very sporty young life, very sporty young life. Then I became a graphic designer, photographer. Then I became an environmental engineer. Then I became a product designer. Then I became a fashion designer. Then a lot of things happened. Then I became then I went to the States, studied a lot of things. I did psychological work with some orphanage. Then I became a clown as well at one point of my life, so that I can go and fulfill, so that I can go and make people happy, because the hospital in the US where people are just kind of in a depression mode, and research shows that if they are happy, the chances of them getting healed is a lot faster. So that's why there are volunteers that goes in, that you can become like you can dress yourself as a clown, you can make balloon sculptures and stuff like that. So you can actually go to the wards and actually make them happy. So I even did that before. So I even started my life as a chef, working all the way from ground up. As a server, I did a little bit of dishwashing, not a whole lot. That dishwashing work was actually not my job, but because of me wanting to help people and see people happy, I actually step in and help people to do things when they are really busy. So when you see, these are hardship and doing things that you don't like, but when when your boss sees the kind of determination that you have, the kind of people, the kind of care that you have, they actually think that, hey, I can actually promote you to do greater things, and that's where you grow. So from there, I think probably that's where they see passion in me, and that's when I also learned to become a chef, because I help a lot. I help the chef a lot, and in turn, in exchange, I get groomed to become a chef. So, and in exchange, because I help a lot in a lot of departments, I get to learn the business as well. So, don't worry of doing too much and losing out, but remember that everything that you do brings you closer to your passion or to your goal. So roughly that's my life story, and of course now I am back, help people with branding. I run a production house that help people with shooting photographs, videos, MCPs, and all those stuff. And now I have moved to another stage where I am also doing something that I like, and I so-called passion, which is actually to become a chef, to own a restaurant. And remember, my whole entire goal or passion is actually what? People.
Yes.
So now I've gotten to a stage where I actually get to meet people on a daily basis, making them happy, talk to them about the food, get them excited about what they're eating. And it creates a lot of excitement to me and to my whole entire team as well, because I'm grooming them to see see it in the same light that I see it.
And having all the transition, being who you are right now, being a chef, we call you Chef David in Say Cheese, being who you are right now, if we may to ask you to give 3 advices or tips to the younger generation nowadays, what kind of tips would you give it to them?
What kind of tips? Okay. I would say find and redefine your passion, which is basically our topic today. Find and redefine your passion so that you can one day be living your passion. Because I am living my passion right now. I'm seeing people, making people happy on a daily basis. So that's my passion. So redefining them as in how you craft yourself to one fine day you will achieve and become and have that passion on a daily basis. Okay. Second advice is about finance. Okay. So finance is about how you get money, how you keep your money, and how you grow your money. So it's important to understand this because every one of us need to understand finance at one stage of our life. Because without proper financing, you'll find that money is the root of the biggest issue of a divorce.
Unhappiness.
Yeah. And divorce and family breakout and all those stuff. So taking care of money is very important. So number 2, finance. Okay, and first one is passion. Number 2 is finance, and the third one is seriously I don't know what's the third one. Okay.
Okay. But let's build on the first one, because I'm actually, like you say, find and redefine passion. That's
yes.
number 1. Which is also happen to be the main topic of our discussion today. Is like, how do you actually find a passion? Like, how do you know whether that is your passion? Because people a lot, like probably millionaires or like people have a lot of this kind of vision for themselves, but most of the time they just want it. It might not be their passion or something they're serious about. They just want things, but they might not want to put in the effort, or even like up to a point where you can take hardship to build towards that. So how do you like, what would you say to young people how to find and redefine your passion on that? Just tip number 1 so that we can move forward.
If you ask me, passion is never about material things.
Okay.
That's how I define it. There could be a lot of definition out there, but to me, passion is never about material things. Because material things can be easily, you can easily get them. Of course, once you talk about material things, it's always about money again.
Yep.
So it's always about finding money, so I can buy this. If you go out and do a research, those millionaires, billionaires, they would have gotten as many luxury cars that they have, they would have gotten the biggest house that they have. Are they really happy about their material things? Living their life?
Might not, right?
Might not.
Yeah.
Might not if if that person is really money-minded and nothing else, then material things is something of their passion. But to a normal person, I would suggest you to find passion in a different manner. So to some people, passion could be love, could be family. My passion is people. Anyone apart from myself, and myself as well. So that's it's about finding a purpose why you want to live. A lot of people, when they die, are like, hey, actually, what's my purpose in life?
Yeah, when they die, almost die.
After when they're almost when they're at their death bed, they'll ask themselves, actually, why am I on this earth for? Have I touched any people's life? Have I helped any people and anyone? So there's a lot of question about, have I done enough? I should have done this, I should have done that. But it's never about when they're dying, they're like, "Aiyo, if only I have that house, then it will be good. Then I'll die a good man. If only I have that Ferrari,
Makes sense.
then I'll die a good man."
Yeah.
So it's always about
Contribution.
It's about contribution.
Yeah.
What have I done for people? What have I contributed to people? Have I changed people's life?
Yeah,
That's right.
Like have you left an impact in this world?
Have
with
you
your
left
life?
an impact on people's life?
Yeah.
So I would say that would be a good summary if you were to how you craft your passion, and redefine them, is put yourself on the deathbed and think back. Now you're going to die. The next day you die already for sure.
Yep.
Next day you're going to die. What is it that is going through your mind right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is it family? Is it about you giving to society? Is it about you cutting off those bucket lists that you wanted to cut, wanted to do, go for bungee jump or whatever, that kind of thing. Things that redefines you. So that would slowly become your passion. So for all you know, you could be building a business on your passion. Like for instance, taking out all those bucket lists, going somewhere, doing something. It could be a travel business for all you know. Bringing people to travel, training people to do extreme sports, or doing extreme sports yourself, going to the ends of the world to do all the extreme sports that you want. So that could be your passion. Having your extreme sports documented and farm out for the entire world to see. Giving yourself a pat on the back, I did that and I done this and did that. So that could be how you define what you want to be.
It's very individualized. Like
Yes.
everyone is different, and everyone defines their passion differently. And when you say assuming like see yourself at your deathbed, or immediately like the prioritization is like so clear, right? You know what's actually important and what's just seemingly important, like temporary at the current life right now. So that's tip number one. So tip number two is about
Finance.
money, right? Like you have
Money.
to master money. Don't be a slave of money, right?
Big taboo.
Yeah,
Of,
and a lot of people like young people like us. Not everyone has been young before, of course, but then we are never taught about money in school. Yet would you agree if I say that we should master money and learn about money as soon as possible in life?
Yes.
Like, is there like an age too young to learn about money? Like a lot of people believe, or do you think we should start as early as possible?
Okay. It's not just about money, but it's about cherishing things that we have.
Okay.
Like for instance, if let's say you're a kid, I think, oh, I want an ice cream. Pop, you give them an ice cream, and pop, they drop it. Ah, my ice cream drop already. I don't care. I want another one.
Yeah.
So I want another one. Do you immediately give them another one, or do you teach them that, hey, that is your responsibility. That ice cream that you wanted, you asked for it, I given you, and that's your responsibility to take care of it? Or do you just say, oh, never mind, it's okay, no worries, I'll get you another one. In fact, I'll get you two just in case you drop another one. So that little lessons actually teach a kid as young as a toddler to cherish and understand material things. So material things will translate to money as well.
Yep. Definitely.
So as young as a toddler, you teach them how to cherish things, how to be responsible of their own things. That will in turn, when they become older, they will learn to cherish and be responsible of their own finances and things.
Wow, there's a totally different idea on how to look at material stuff which translate to finance at a until a stage where even toddler need to in a different way to translate it. Even toddler need to start learning about material things already.
Yes.
Which in the end they will translate that into money, which would greatly greatly benefits in their life and bring advantage to them.
Another example, once they grow older already, then I say, okay, I want to go somewhere. The kids say, oh, I want to go somewhere to play. I want to buy me an iPad, or oh, my other friend has an iPad. I want to buy that as well. So you can either say, here's your iPad. Or you want to go and play? Come, I'll bring you there to play tomorrow. No worries. So do you do that, or do you negotiate? So when you learn to negotiate with your kid and say, okay, I tell you what, you finish your homework, or you help me do this chore, you earn your credits, then I'll buy you an iPad, I'll bring you there to play. So that will slowly train that kid up to understand about self-worth, what everything's worth is. So if let's say, okay, in order for me to buy the iPad, I have to do like 2 months of chores, 3 months of chores, so I work like crazy just to be able to earn enough credits so that my daddy can buy me the iPad. So now I understand that this is valuable. Pom, I break it, shit, that's 2 months of work. So that in return teaches them about money.
Wow. But definitely, like listening to you saying that the roles of parents in teaching the kids since young about money, right? Definitely there are parents that, how about parents that are not good at money at all? Like, they might not have the proper education around money. And would you say that they'll pass down, what will happen to the youngsters of these kind of parents?
You have that thought. There are a lot of parents who don't have that money management.
They might not think they don't want to deal with money.
Now,
yeah,
think about this. You have that thought.
Okay.
There's a lot of kids out there which parents don't really know how to teach them about finances, about money management.
Yeah.
So, is that your passion? So now, if that's your passion, then say, my passion is to translate all this money management power and pass it on to the generation coming forward. So now, if you're living your passion, you'll be out there teaching kids how finances. Robert Kiyosaki does that.
Yeah. So it's up to the kids to start being proactive and learning about money, not just relying on their parents.
Okay.
Right?
Both ways.
Yeah.
So it's either the kids, now I have passion over finances and I want to learn about finances. I want to go learn something. The other passion, which is I have all this knowledge, I want to pass it down to my next generation and to the next generation of this country. So I want to do that. So that's my passion as well. So passion comes both ways. So if that person wants to learn it, it's his passion to learn it. If you know this knowledge and you think that the world is in need of this finance education, it could be your job to pass it down. So how do you market it down? Now you have your passion, but how do you market it down is another skill, right? So through having your passion, you need to learn a lot of skills in order to move it forward. To
reach the place you want to go to.
Correct. So,
Right.
So that's why you start to learn to do things that you don't like to do.
Yeah, because of your passion.
It
has to be strong enough for you to be uncomfortable, like be willing to do things that make you uncomfortable and you don't like to do. So that's 2 tips already. So the 3rd tip. So tip number 1 to winning in life for young people is to find and redefine your passion. Tip number 2 is to master money, be good at finance. And number 3, what would you say to young people for them to win in life?
Okay, those 2 are kind of like a job. And the 2 tip is kind of like a job. I think the 3rd one it should be a leisure one. So tip number 3, I might sound dodgy, but live your life happily. So if you learn to live your life happily, like what went through with me, a lot of hardship. But now that you ask me, I call it hardship, but I've never called it hardship before, because when I go through every facets of my life, I do it willingly and I do it happily. But to some people, wow, shit, you're in deep shit, that kind of thing. You have to, sorry, mind my language. So, in that particular time, most people would call it a dilemma,
A bad time.
a bad time that's happening, and I go through it by finding ways to go through it, doing 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet, not having enough sleep just to make ends meet. But yet every time I go and do something, I put my whole heart and soul into it. So actually, people actually see the passion in me in doing every single thing that I do. So I do it happily. So I will call myself a happy person.
It's like an attitude, I think.
An attitude, having a good attitude towards life.
Yeah.
So that is
Because bad things do happen, but happy people stay happy during whatever times, right, in life. So I think it's really an attitude that all of us should practice. Then
Correct.
we clearly see that on you. Like hardly we see you show any bad temper or things like that, or like you go through things enjoying the process. And
but
the journey.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I do go into a bad temper once in a while. That is because when I see the importance of doing something right, and if let's say this usually happens to my kids or to the people that follows me at work, and when I see them not living their life to the fullest, not giving their best at what they are doing, I get angry, because these are things that you should know. These are things that you should already know, and you know that if you don't do these things, bad things will happen to you. So if they constantly be in that state, I'll get angry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not always a happy-go-lucky person. I'm not a.
But I think it comes back to your passion about people, because ultimately you care about them. Because if you don't care, there's no emotion around, right? So yeah, I think thanks for the 3 tips, right? Number 1 is find and redefine your passion. Number 2 is master money. All right, be a money master, don't be a money slave. And number 3 is to live with a happy attitude every single day, no matter what you go through. So we are gonna wrap this up right now. And thank you so much for your time. But we have one last question for you, which is we like to. Because this show is about winning in life, so just want to know what's your thought about what is life? What's life for David, Chef David Wong, and also what is a winning life? When at your deathbed, what's a winning life for you? What's like, I've won in my life. I have no regrets. What does that kind of life looks like for you?
I think a lot of people will agree with me in their deathbeds. Living a life that has no regrets are things that you think that you should do that you didn't do. So in order for me to live, I mean, if I were to be on my deathbed right now, are there things that are missing that I should have done that I didn't do? That's usually the number 1 thing that people think that they will think. And the other thing is, are the people that I should be taking care of, are they well taken care of? I think apart from that, that's about it. One is, have you done things? Did you finish doing all the things that you wanted to do? And the other one is, people that you need to take care of, have they been taken care of?
Understood.
Yeah. Basically, what you shared right now about have you did the things that you really want to do? That basically aligns to the tips that you've been sharing. Because in order for you to accomplish this, you gotta find and redefine your passion first in order for you to fulfill this, which totally aligns to whatever you've been sharing right now. And in fact, for you to do the things that you should be doing, you gotta master your finance so that you are capable to do it, as well as at the same time you gotta be happy doing all the things that you should be doing. I mean, everything makes sense here.
Right, so I think that's it for today. So thank you so much for being the first ever guest on Let's Learn, and we are really happy to have you be the first one because of all the contribution and also the person that you are, being a very helpful and a people-centered person. We are really glad, and also I'm sure that our audience will learn a lot from you, and we have learned a lot from you as well. So thank you so much, Chef David. We wish you the best of luck in all the things that you do, and stay happy and inspiring for all your life. All right, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us on this first episode of Let's Learn by the Class After School. And we are really glad that we had Chef David Wong with us today. We learned so much from the first lesson. I'm sure you will too if you have followed us all along the interview. And please like this video and also subscribe, and also turn on the notification button if you like our content and the show, so that you don't miss a single video in the future. And we'll work harder and also have more wonderful and inspiring content so that you can win in your life as well. So thank you so much, and see you the next time. Peace out. All right.